Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Anno 1800. Coming at you with more of our Import Island series. Thank you so much for being here. As you must know by now, I really do appreciate it. We are circling high above Central Import Island, and it wasn't all that long ago that we were circling above this very same location, and it was nothing but trees and wildlife as far as the eye could see. And today, we look upon what is more or less the vision I always had for the city and the layout for Import Island. Now, there's plenty of work to do. We have yet to even begin the painstaking detail work that will be required to make this place look as good as it needs to look. And I do have an idea in mind for what I think you guys will really enjoy when it comes to the detailing work. But I'm going to save that for the future, because we've got plenty of work to do on today's episode. So, let's get right to it. I think that you guys would agree that things turned out pretty well. And you can see here I've got our last power plant that I've set up. Let me get out of this here. You can see here. I got our last power plant set up, and I ended up putting it on the inside here, because if I'd have put it down here, there was going to be a bit of a gap in our power. So I ended up finding a way to squeeze it in to the central area here, so it reaches this little bit up in here, and then of course reaches quite nicely to all of this. So that is the end of the central area and its design. And what we have to do today is start to lay out what is basically the rest of the city, which is going to be, of course, a central little hub that includes probably like a town hall. We're going to have the University and Theater Square here that we need, or theater that we need to implement in this area. And then we're going to start to bring over some of these guys here and start to lay them out in some fashion along this stretch, along the docks, where they will live forever. So it should be a lot of fun, and let's dive right in. Before we do actually get to that, though, there is one thing I wanted to look at. So we are still having a problem with having enough oil, and we're going to have to continue to work on this as we move along. And I do have a couple of ideas of ways that I'd like to try and combat that. All right, so what I'm going to do is, the first thing I want to do is, in this particular location, because it's the one that's kind of most fitting for what I need to do, I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to put in here a trade union. So trade union, there it is there. And I'm going to put it just like this. And I do have a guy in mind to put in here, which I believe, where did he go? Please tell me I didn't, here, no, that's not him. There's one person that occasionally produces extra oil. All mines and quarries. No, that's not the one I need there. Affects oil power plants. Chance of fire minus 10%. Occasionally produces extra oil. So I don't know how occasionally that's going to be. But hopefully it's often enough that it'll help keep him filled and perhaps reduce the need for us to bring oil to this particular power plant. And therefore be able to send more power to this guy, because this guy's always the one running out of oil. The other thing I really want to do is I want to start to continue. That makes a lot of sense. Sorry. I want to continue what we started in the last episode, and that is to create more efficient oil derricks. And as you guys know, last time we put this refiner in here, who increases productivity on oil wells by 20%. And I also have a couple other people in mind that I'd like to add in here. I actually was checking this out earlier, and this guy here, all production buildings increase productivity of 50%. Workforce needed maintenance costs, that's fine. That perfect. I don't really care about that part. We're looking about the productivity. And we also have this guy here who's plus 20% productivity to all mines and quarries, which is very similar to the person we already have in here. So what I'm going to do is, just to take a look so you guys can see, we're currently operating at 360%, right? What I'm going to do is, I'm going to add in this guy first, like that. And so that's now 2 people, increasing the mines and quarry. Well, I'm assuming that the mines is going to work. I could actually be wrong on that. I think I am actually wrong on that. That's not the guy I thought it was. There's another one that I think is going to work, but that's actually the wrong dude. This is the one I know for sure works, because I've already tried him out. I think I'm still missing one other guy that I think I can use in here, but that would be for another time, I guess. So this guy here, if you look at this, now these guys are cranking up. And it was at 360, and now, if it's cumulative, that should go up another 180. It might not, though. It might be additive. But at any rate, it's going to go way up. Well over 500%. And that is going to be for both of these guys. So that's 2 oil wells working at well over 500%. So if I can get a couple more, even of just these individuals, and throw them over here on this island, where we also have oil being accumulated, then we should have a lot more oil coming in, because it's just going to have such a big impact on how much oil. It's basically coming close to doubling the amount of oil coming out of each well, so it's the equivalent of having 4 instead of 2. And I think that should be enough for this island to be all happy about what they're doing. Speaking of which, where am I? Here we go. So let's see what the numbers that they got to there. Yeah, it's at 510% it's settled in at. There you go. So that's pretty sweet. And we'll just see what happens there. But I would imagine it's a short little trek across. But where's the train? Is he going to go and pick up some stuff? Alright, he's picking up now. There's actually 2 trains out picking up. Alright, there you go. So, these guys should be able to pick up big bundles of oil and come on down here and fill it out. And that way we're going to be bringing more oil over here with this guy, because right now you can see he's bringing over 125. I'm assuming that's the right one. I'm not sure. Is that the one that's coming from over there? Yeah, it is. So next time he might be bringing over 200 or 225, and that's just going to allow us to extend and deliver so much more to all the plants. But anyway, let's move on. We've got too much work to do to be rambling on about that stuff. So we got to get this stuff out of the way, and we're moving it down in here. And I haven't actually decided on exactly what the layout is going to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around with this. Let's start bringing some of these guys down here and seeing what kind of spacing we have. If we do it like this, we have 4 across with no space. So, and then and that includes the track, so we won't be able to actually put stuff along the track without having a road going to it. So what I think I might do is, let's take a look at what this is going to look like if I did it like this. Let's try the same thing up here and then see how much space we have in the middle. Because I'm thinking we just have like long little, like nice little stretches down through here. Like that. And then how much space does that leave us? Ugh, an odd number too. Huh. Yeah, that's left us a little bit frustrated there. That has left us frustrated. Because we were thinking road and road. Of course. I mean, what I could do is we could just have like a park in here. I don't think this is the same size over here. I think this is a slightly different size. We actually do have one extra spot. So if I were to go like this and do something kind of simple and straightforward that we've done 100 times before, and then do the same thing down here. How much room does that give us down the middle? Another ugly number, yeah, because that is the same distance that way. All right, then. Not gonna go according to plan, that's for sure. Maybe we can come up with something a little bit on the unique side here. And what we're gonna need is... Looks like we probably need at least the one more. Like that. I'm just going to leave that for a second. I don't know how that's going to look. And I also want to do this. I want to go... Whoops. Like that. And we're going to need a fair amount more. Whoops. I'm not exactly sure how many, but we're going to need a fair amount more workers. Because we're going to want the workers to kind of extend down here a little bit. We are going to leave this area kind of empty for where the buildings will go. And the overall idea is something like this for the university. And then I was thinking this could go over here. Something like that. We could potentially center that like that. And then we also want to get a town hall. There it is there. Which we can put in a number of different locations depending on what we want to do here. Unfortunately, it doesn't center this way, which is really kind of crappy. That's annoying. Nothing seems to want to work for us today. Yeah, that's rather frustrating. That nothing wants to work for us. What else are we gonna have in here? Let's change our mind on this for one thing. I think we're gonna move this down over here somewhere. Whoops. And maybe we have this back to back with this, but what I would like to do is I was thinking I wanted to offset it just a little bit from the actual and then just have this maybe a small little section in there, and then we can put some plaza and greenery around here. University, same kind of thing. What I actually could do, what I could foresee us doing is maybe moving this down a touch. Go like that. We'll have to see. And I am going to readjust this. I don't like overall how this looks. What I think I'm going to do is I actually always kind of like the idea or the appearance of these looking in small little groups of 4. So what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm going to actually go with that. And so these are going to go like this. And if I can go like this. Keep in mind that these here are actually just because they existed before and they have no need to actually be there. So let's go ahead and grab the tracks, put the tracks back in. And therefore we're going to actually need 2 more. So we're going there. Now keep this is absolutely a tight squeeze, tighter than I typically like to go. But and that gives me the idea to do that, which is going to center like that. That starts to look really good. Like that. So those roads actually come down and come across like that. And then these roads can definitely continue across here, but we'll check that out. So what I need to do is I need to increase our artisans by 4. Put them in there. Also, is it possible? Yeah, these guys are starting to allow me to upgrade. Of course, I'm not going to have any actual farmers on this island. It's just the workers and the artisans that we're are going for. So, I think I might keep this section over here like this and have the park like this, and then we'll probably... I could do a few more artisans along here, or I could just make this a park. Part of me actually kind of wants to continue this road, but it takes up a lot of space as well. Maybe I'll continue that as like a pathway along here, and that will border off a park down in here. It's a lot of park space though. Maybe we'll do a row of artisans and then just a little park in behind. Maybe not. Let me think. So what do these guys need for buildings anyway? We need a church in the theater square. Obviously, the theater square is there. And the workers don't... the workers do need a church for happiness. What is the needs for these guys? The school... the university. The university would be fine. The school I'm going to put in the middle because it's needed for both. And then the church is needed for both, so that'll be in the middle. And then the theater square is already there. So that's kind of already taken care of, really. Church. And then the pub and the market will be kind of... actually, the pub and the market I'll probably put down here more because neither of those are needed for that. And then the school is actually... not needed for the engine or for the artisan. Oh wait, the school is needed for the artisans. Oh, you know what? That's okay. That'll go central then. You know what? Let's do that and that. Publish. Fake news. All right. Let's see. What are we gonna do here? Because I feel like we have a lot of space. I mean, I don't mind having some nice park spaces for sure. I could even foresee... This seems awfully crowded in here. I could even foresee moving these. Let's do something like this. I'm going to try something out real quick. I'm going to move these guys out of the way for a second. Like that. And that way, what we've got is even more kind of open area... in front of the town hall, so we can actually have like, you know, maybe I don't know, some sort of plaza kind of stuff along here, and then a little bit of a park in front of there, and then we can still have just a nice natural park in here and something over in there as well. I hadn't decided what I wanted to do in this area yet, and we still have, of course, the choice if we want to put stuff around the edges or just keep it natural. I think we want to keep this edge natural, but in here we're going to want to do something as well. But that being said, let me quickly get all these guys updated to the worker status here, because I'd like to move on, and because we have to get a lot of these guys out of the way. I'm actually just gonna, I'm gonna start chucking these guys down here in no particular location that matters, other than maybe keeping them on a road, because this is, most of this road work here is actually gonna go. And of course we need to leave space for our tourist boulevard. to move through as well. So we'll just get those like that. Oops. A renowned personage. It's going to be somebody I've got 1,000 of already. Whoops. God. A herdsman. Sure. Yeah, so I'm just literally moving these guys out of the way. Everything just needs to get moved so that we can lay out and throw back stuff however is required. There's going to be all kinds of complaints about everything, and that's okay. Alright, first things first, this all has to go. And then I do believe I could put, I'm going to put a road in just at least temporarily that goes like that. And then this stuff all has to go. I'm going to delete this. Just a sec. That's going to get deleted for sure. This is going. I kind of like that road going up there, but it's going to have to stop at the very least right here, so it may not make sense. Because if this is a main road that kind of borders this area, all right. Again, it kind of sucks that they don't line up necessarily perfectly with some of the stuff in here, but not necessarily all that important. What I do need to do is start to calculate what do we need in the center. So we have to have the school and the church quite central. The question is, I don't think this church is going to fit in this section, is it? Nope. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually move this over. I was just kind of like, this is the line, so that's maximum, but I will create this line over one further. And then that way this can actually fit in here. And I'm going to say it actually needs to go down here. Oh god, it's so big. It's so big. Alright, new idea. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like that. Because I like the idea of these two roads continuing through here. Why is that not doing the thing it's supposed to do? There we go. So the church is actually going to get wrapped around that. Just like that. And then the school is right here. And the school is going to go just like that. And once again, I can have this road continue through like that. And then what will happen is the Tourist Boulevard will come down here, turn up there, and go like that. And all will be right with the world. Now, other things that we need to do. We need to find a place. I think I might actually put the hospital there, maybe. Don't necessarily have to have the hospital there. And this is cool, actually. I'm going to turn like this because this is actually on the tracks right there. And what I'll probably end up doing is having something like this because it would only make sense. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure how I think about that railroad track being exactly where it is there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I might make an adjustment and throw in an extra road along here. I think. So the roads, there's basically roads flanking. So let's go like this. Get this stuff out of the way. Make that adjustment. And then we can start to do a quick layout. So I need this road to go like this. Like this. Something like that. And get this road like that. And we'll get a road going up like this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get that road like that. And we'll start to get rid of some of this stuff like this. And then what we need to do is start to take a look at exactly how it's going to lay out down in here. I don't know, like the zoo, I kind of want the zoo to be able to come down all, like, kind of spear it all the way along here and there. And of course the entrance will be somewhere in here. So, I mean, at the very least, I feel like this road comes to, like, maybe around here, and then everything else has to fit inside that. So we would start deleting basically all the roads just to get these roads out of the way, and we can start from scratch with whatever feels right. And I don't want to cram them in. I'm thinking park. I'm thinking tree line between the docks and that there. So then this could be a road. That would be park. Like that. And then you know what? Maybe not tree line. Maybe just leave a space. If we go like this. That's 6 and 6, right? Yeah. Alright, new idea. We'll move these guys down here. Before long, in fact, I would say right now, this section here is going to go like that. So let me get a road here. And let me get you guys in there like that. Because we need to get the market and the pub into a home. Let's put, that's the pub. Sorry, I want the market there, I think. There, that's what I wanted to do there. And then the pub, go something like that. This can get out of the way. That can get potentially down there. That down there for now. So then this would become a road right through here. Like that. And then a bit of an idea here. How much space do we have? If I'm going like this, I feel like this could be the end of the road there. Lining up there. And then that leaves, yeah, that's good. I think we're pretty much there. These guys need to go like this. And then we need roads going down there and down here. Oops. The pub, I'm going to put right on that street. We have a little bit of space in there behind that. I don't hate it. I'm not 100% sold on it either, to be honest with you. I'm just going to stick those guys there. I might end up not even needing them, I think. We do have a lot of space, so we'll be able to put like pathways between the housing, which will make it look nicely spaced. I kind of like this look here. You know, having pathways that kind of run down through. We've got the market and the pub in the middle, obviously. This stuff down here. So I think I actually kind of like the overall look of it. I think it's coming along pretty good. And so that's essentially what it looked like. Of course, we need to do our tourist boulevard, like I said, in there. And there'll be lots of detailing in that. But I think that's kind of how I want it to look, generally speaking. I might use this area down here for kind of like maybe the fire station, the police station. I'm not even 100% sure I'm going to keep this there. I could potentially maneuver some of around a little bit. Maybe a little bit more park space. I feel like there's not quite enough open space over here, maybe. But it depends, because once you put in like the pathing and stuff in between, it starts to look a little bit more open. But I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, because that's got to be it. This is going to be, without a doubt, the longest episode of Import Island that we have had so far. But we got a lot done, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you've made it all the way to the end. If you have, thank you so much for your patience. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.